So we just had this massive onslaught over here. Just trying to work out what to do with this diplomat now that I've got it. And what was this for? I feel like this was for bribing units, which over there looks like a useful thing to do. Okay, let's just leave. Actually, no, let's not leave him here. This is what I was going to do. I was going to post him over here, and just each turn move him left to right, to see if anyone arrives there. Now let's see what damage is going to be done here. Now you can get riflemen as well, which I normally don't bother with at all. But it seems here that this is the only rifleman is the only. So this is the one occasion when riflemen might actually be a good idea, because they really are throwing everything, and they're not concerned about getting more advanced or anything like that. They're literally just throwing everything. So I might consider getting that. That's a little bit more advanced. I'll consider that though. So let's do this. Yeah, poor old Gordian. absolutely surrounded last turn. This should be a bit better this time. I can go there. Yeah, the one good thing about getting irrigation there, of course, would have been that they might have wasted a turn pillaging it. Which is something to think about, I guess. Nice veteranized cannon there. I've got a nice catapult there as well, but I can't use it because I misclicked last turn. There we go. So veteranized cannon is 12 on attack, so it's pretty reliable, but nothing is completely reliable. Let's get all of these going on. That guy goes back there. 73 is pretty good value, but I'd rather get the one that's on the hill because that's hard to kill. Antioch is going to get all 3 trade routes. There's a maximum of 3 as far as I'm aware. I don't think, if you get more trade routes, I don't think it applies those as well. I think you only have 3. I could be wrong about that, but I've always operated on that assumption because there's only 3 that are shown that are written there, basically. Okay, so it's Nicopolis and Rome, the ones to avoid. And how are these ones doing? How's Carthage doing? So Carthage is looking like it could be half decent city in its own right. But then so is Jerusalem. So Jerusalem, even with a catapult out and about, it is already that's going to be a We Love the King day. So that could be a good city as well. I don't have to go that far afield, of course. I could just go to Caesarea, which, yeah, I think let's just do that. Or is it, what about Byzantium? Caesarea is bigger. It's a combination of the size, how far away they are, and the trade. I don't know exactly what that combination is, but that is what the combination is. Okay, let's get this done. Let's get industrialization and get some factories, and then let's blow up the Greeks. It's not quite as straightforward as that. There's a few steps in between, but we're on the home straight now, I think. Okay, so steel gives you automobile. A classic mistake I think people make is to get steel because automobile seems so attractive because you get tanks. Actually, if you're doing what I'm doing, which is being in democracy, and you're aiming for growth and stuff like that, it's better to go for bombers and to basically bypass tanks and not even go for tanks. And I'll try and justify that as we go. Well, that one, 67, yeah, that's pretty cheap. Oh, but I shouldn't have done that because he... Oh no, it's fine. Of course, because I just moved the other one in. Yeah, buying a musketeer for 67 is pretty good because, like, you know, if I wanted to buy musketeer here, for example, it would actually cost 81. So yeah, cheap units are worth bribing. So even though I only got 6 from that, it still gives +2, which is a pretty decent return, as it were, or yield. I think is the correct word. Right, I want this guy to grow as much as possible now. So let's do that. I'm going to put a road here just in case anyone lands on the forest, for example. I can get to them. This is actually could turn into a nice little city if I can get some trade routes to give it the trade, to give it the luxuries that I can put on for these hills here. That would be useful. Get 22 from that one. I could change this one as well. I think I probably should. Let's go for that since I'm really going for it for this city. Let's do that. Again, you can cheat and take off the irrigation and put it back on again. But that is obviously cheating. So we're trying to avoid that. And so far, I think I've completely avoided that throughout the entire game. Yep. Which is good going, actually. Okay, let's keep him here and then put another phalanx somewhere else. They're only ever attacking here, aren't they? So let's fortify the veteran ones. Are they attacking anywhere else? It's just that one and this one. I've got a lot of phalanxes in there. I don't really need all of those, surely. I feel like at some point they're going to randomly hit me from the north. So let's defend the capital. Because having only one defense, you know, when you're growing is fine, but when you're sort of secured, it's a risk for sure. So maybe I should have a couple. In fact, actually, I should have put it into there, shouldn't I? That's what I should have done. Yeah, never mind. It's no, it's fine. It's fine. I've got loads. I've got everything protected. Hopefully, I'm not speaking too soon, but it all looks fine to me. I just need to get a little bit more economy. And basically, my strategy is always the same. Really, you got to get to bombers. I mean, you can try and sit on your own and try and get to build a spaceship, but to be honest, that's boring. That's basically just sitting around doing nothing. You know, for me, it doesn't really do it for me. So it's all about getting to bombers, and then just once you get bombers out and you have factories as well. Actually, speaking of which, I haven't even. I've taken my eye off the ball completely. I'm relaxing way too much. I need to start getting factories because normally at this point in the game you can't afford to relax at all because you have to get it's a race to get both the production that you need and also the both the production that you need and the technology that you need to be able to kill everyone else. But I'm so like it's so the other civs have done so badly on the technology front that I'm relaxing way too much when I need to be focusing on like this should not be a university, it should be a factory, for example. This should also really be a. So if you look at the bottom, so Rome says +1, but when I put it on there, it's +2, which is interesting. So it's a combination of how much trade you have and your, where you currently are. So in Gordian, relative to what it is in Rome. But basically, you want to get factories because I've almost got the Hoover Dam, which I could buy possibly at some point as well. And so it needs to be, you need to get factories to make the most of the Hoover Dam, and vice versa. So Solucia's building a library. You see, I am not thinking things through. So this will be great when it has. I mean, I can even do that now. Actually, I won't because I want it to try and grow a little bit as well. But that could be a nice little city, actually. Once I'm done clearing it up. Right, I'm going to put that on there to get the Wheel of King Day. That's going pretty well. It's pretty amazing buying this without a factory. Normally you need to buy a factory first and then get this. So as soon as this is done, so I've already got the tax on. So as soon as that's done, I'll be able to get. I'll get a factory super quickly in there, and then suddenly the production will be massive. So for Carthage, it's got 15 right now. So with a factory, that'll make it 22. With the Hoover Dam, should make it 30, I believe. If my calculations are correct. So yeah, very significant. And yeah, Rome will also be really good. And Antioch also, this is becoming the best city I've got. Quickly, I think Barracks is a safe bet, but I'm going to put it on factory because I want the super production that's going to come. I think we've done enough playing safe in this game, which was necessary, but it was necessary. And even now, it might be, I don't know. It's hard to say how much risk it should be taking. But that's what I'm going to do. You've got to force through the things that you really want to do in this game, or else it doesn't happen. I'm sure that's some sort of metaphor for life as well, but let's not go into that. That is annoying. What's annoying is that I thought I had that covered. I'd forgotten about what I was doing down there. It's complacent. Just complacent. But I've got 6 units to attack with, so this should be fine. That's a perfectly good cannon that I wasted there. Yeah, cannons do take the edge off because 12 against 3 is much better than, well, not good enough apparently, but it is better than 9 against 3, which is what this one will be. Wow. So, yeah, I want factories in Rome and Carthage most of all because they've got, and Antioch because they have the biggest production. So that's basically what we are saving up for, is to buy factories in the biggest ones. Because now the empire's all connected, it's all about allocating different roles to each city, basically. I'd like to chat to you after we've completely destroyed. Literally, how many units have they lost? That many. I'm not going to add it up exactly, but that's at least 150, if not more. 170. Yeah, probably about 200 units. Which I've lost 50 catapults, to be fair, and 70 units in total. I guess they're 200, which might seem like I've had the upper hand, but it doesn't feel like that. Feels like I've been on the back foot. So again, he's put one on there. 9 turns. I'm tempted to buy that, but I probably shouldn't. Well, it doesn't make any sense to buy it really, because it's not even being used yet. So now he's got a factory. Really, it's barracks and then military units. You can get a bank, and as you can see, right now a bank would be really good for my money. So it's tempting. It's possible as well, but I think I'm getting attacked too much. I need a backup option. I need backup options for producing cannons and stuff like that. Excuse me. I think I'm going to rescue this guy actually. Keep that guy there. Keep this guy here. Kidding? Really? Wow. That is, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, even for Emperor, this is pretty ridiculous. That was it's 12 against 3. Let's just assume it's a veteranized musket man. It's 12 against 4.5, then 9 against 4.5, then 9 against 4.5, and another 9 against 4.5. Wow, I've only got one catapult left. I'm not going to swear, but that is punishment. Yeah, I actually need miniature units again now. It really doesn't want me to get to the next stage, which is, kind of the beginning of the end, really, the next stage, where I've got enough. Well, I've got factories in all the best cities. Then there's no way to really stop you from winning, and it seems to want to stop me from winning with this sort of stuff. So yeah, let's get that one. So it's a bit of a risk now, but these these cities do have city walls, most of them. So if I have to bribe a unit or something, I will. Hopefully they're not going to unload about 8 units all at once. They probably will. Byzantium. So I can put one on there, can't I? Yeah, just about. So the Hoover Dam will both give more production to the factory, but will also clear out the pollution, which is why it's really, really strong, because pollution is a pain as well. Okay. Let's get factories in the best cities. So Rome is the main one that I'm looking at. It's going to be very expensive, but not expensive enough to deter me from buying it. Get this one. Let's get some barracks. Again, if they drop off like 8 more like they did last time, then that will be very sad. That was that was quite something. I've got barracks and a factory, so hopefully, yep, 2 turns for a cannon. This guy's not a veteran, so I might have to allow these guys to move up more. Move up closer, as it were. Put a phalanx in there or something like that. Let's just station him. Let's put him here. A cannon against that is probably a little bit. It's not a veteran. It's a little bit mixed. So I'm going to wait 1 turn. I'd rather have veteranized cannons. And in the meantime, I would assume I'm going to have no problem against these guys. but you never know. So yeah, so I've got Rome, and we'll get Carthage soon. Antioch. So I think Antioch has got one as well. So yeah, I need to think the next biggest one. Next biggest one will be Carthage once it builds the Hoover Dam. And Nicopolis, which is currently building a bank. But I think we're gonna, well, tempting to build a bank, but it's more tempting to build a factory. And to get some more units out, to be fair. I'm going to have to wing it a little. These do not have that many defences in today. Let's get him out and put him in. Caesar here. And this guy as well. Possibly even in this one. No, it's fine. They've chosen to pillage instead of attack or fortify. Oh wow, here we go. So this might be it. This might be the final stand that I have to make before I can just produce loads of cannons. We shall see. Yeah, that's annoying if he gets that one. Okay, let's take him out with this, hopefully. Good. I really want to get rid of this cannon. Probably want to buy off those knights if I can. Am I going to regret having left all this to the last? Possibly. Anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. So let's take out those. Let's put this in here. Oops. Let's try and buy the knights. Yeah, we'll do that this time. And then let's put them back on there. This guy's got enough defense in there, isn't he? So that should be fine. Let's just do it like this though. It's just moving around. So that's Antioch. We're going to move him over to probably Brindisium. That's good, so it's cleared that. Which Carthage has gone and stole quickly. It's very cheeky, Carthage. Well, I think I want Jerusalem. Because Carthage is always going to be impeded by the fact that people are going to attack it. So I don't want it being seen as the go-to. Although actually, to be fair, that's what I'm doing right now, isn't it? I'm creating a bigger city. It'd be great to grow that really big, obviously. So this is a lot more scrappy. I mean, he can attack there. He can attack here twice and things like this. I should hang on though. So attacking a city with city walls with a musket man is not exactly that wise. Wow, I actually missed that. So I was having a drink. Yeah, that didn't go well for him, that one. Good change. So you get a factory here. I'll buy that factory as soon as I possibly can. The Hoover Dam, the cities that have factories will now should have really kind of formidable production. Yeah. So, and they're fortifying, which is always a good sign, because I think I can afford to bribe these guys. Well, I'll pay for this one at the very least. I don't think they should be winning that battle against the city. We'll stick with that. So it's only this one down here which I tried to beat. I shouldn't have attacked with the knights, but I just couldn't resist for some reason. This can go out like so. I can take out one of these guys. Don't know which one. I want him to get off my nice river. So that's what will happen there. And so now if you look at Rome, you can see as soon as it gets to this, then that's really good, basically. Everything starts to come together. If you look down here, how many turns it takes to build things, you get a feel for it. 2 turns for a cannon. I've got barracks, so I've got an aqueduct so it can grow, because it's 10. So yeah, it's looking a lot smoother. I completely missed this, so that's not very good at all. Once again, I have to scuttle this guy away, and I need to move him back again, probably. Put him back on there. Of course, the knight should have no chance of beating this musketeer in city walls, but we know how that goes. Okay, so how my factory's doing. So I want to get one in Carthage soon. Production is also pretty good. This one, oh dear. I just should have home citied the cannon after letting it leave the city. So Gordian somehow got rid of the King Day, which is interesting. So it's these two that I need to kill off. We'll just have to hope the cavalry doesn't beat my musketeers and city walls. Can't win them all. So let's go. I can't go underneath, can I? That was actually a musketeer on a hill, so I'm quite happy about that. I could do with 2 more units. Good. There's 2 more units. That's what I wanted. Because I want to get rid of this first, and then I want to get rid of the other one. There we go. Excellent. Sorry, he's not going to be in We Love the King Day anymore. But never mind. So this city is now looking like an actual decent city, as is this one. I think we can probably do a Wheel of the King Day there to get to grow a bit more. Yeah, this is a bit ridiculous, but I'll try. I built a city on my island, so that's good because I can get an embassy with them to tell me what it is that they are actually doing with themselves. Let's try and use the cannon first. Got the cannon here. Probably this one. Right. Okay, it worked. Thank goodness. Excuse me. Let's clear off this guy and try and take out that one possibly. I don't really like the fact that he's on my island with a city, but that is life. So again, this should be okay, but okay, it was okay this time, so that's good. So I managed to get rid of him, and now I've got three building cannons. Still have barracks and factories. What I really want is this factory here. I can't quite get. It's not quite there. And there's no more city walls that I want to sell, to be honest. That one is probably a good idea to keep. Okay. I can go around the long way. So yeah, they got metallurgy. So gunpowder and metallurgy. It's useful to know they're at war with the Americans as well. This guy, okay, so it's quite a common occurrence that they have something there. They move it once and attack and win quite often. He's on a hill. So it's very clever placement by the AI, putting it on the hill. I've got the embassy, so I can now take over the city, which is quite nice. There's a settler on his own, apparently. Rogue settler. And they're all useless, all of these. Let's go for horseback riding. Okay, I think I'm going to call this one